Sounds good. Welcome, Realm family, to another episode of Wrestling with the Realm podcast. I'm Brian, one half of the power and glory of wrestling podcast, and on the other side, he is the Hercules to my Paul Roma, my guy Will. Will, what are we talking about?
Guys, it's the most wonderful time of the year, and I'm not talking about Christmas. It is WrestleMania season. It is WrestleMania week. At that, we have WrestleMania this weekend, and I don't know
Back
if
in my beloved Vegas.
I
Ooh,
know. I
ooh,
I would say one way or another, I'm excited to see how this all
yep.
turns out. It's not the type of excitement I had last year, where the hopes were high and they
Mm-hmm.
crashed. I would say the hopes may be a little bit low right now. So listen,
Yeah.
WWE, this is where you shock everyone and put on an absolute banger of a match card.
This is going to be like an episode of the Kardashians. I'm not expecting much. I'm expecting it to be maybe so bad it's good, but I don't know. You're right. It's not like last year, where last year we had the hopes of something good and it didn't happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. It could be a train wreck. That's
Yeah,
why
it
we're
could be a
excited.
dumpster fire, and I'm not saying that would be a bad thing. It'd be interesting. It'd be fun as hell. I'll say that.
Well, let's get into our first match, and we can start off by talking why this might be a train wreck. We have the Vision, Logan Paul and Austin Theory teaming up with I Show Speed to take on the Usos and LA Knight. I'll tell you this much. Here's my prediction for you. This shouldn't be on the card, and this spot should be given to Io Sky or
Yeah.
somebody else. I'm all for celebrity involvement, but this is not worth celebrity involvement. We'll go on to a match later in the card where I think they're using celebrity involvement well. And I'm not talking about Pat McAfee either, so everyone calm
Oh,
down.
nobody thought you were talking about McAfee. Come on.
Everybody calm down real quick.
Yeah.
But Logan Paul and Austin Theory and the Vision and I Show Speed, I could not be any less interested in this storyline. I am just not there with this. When it's on, my head's down on my phone. I think it's kind of crappy that LA Knight is in this situation once again,
Yep.
where he is just in a filler match at
Yeah.
WrestleMania. And I hope for better things for LA Knight in this next calendar year of wrestling. But that being said, if I were to give you some form of a prediction, I would have to think the Usos and LA Knight would have to take this one because I Show Speed's on the other team. My other thought for this match is that, oh, how a year can change you, Jay Uso. You were on the
Mhm.
mountaintop last time you were in Vegas. Now you're giving super kicks out to I Show Speed. Pretty
Oh,
crazy. Pretty crazy. Brian, what are your thoughts on this match?
no, I show Suckhausen is in this team. Yeah, why is I get why I show speed is in this show. So look at it this way, everybody. Let's do the math. We put I Show Speed into this match with LA Knight and the Usos, popular superstars that people want to see, so you have to get them on the card. So we're going to put those three into a tag match against the Vision, who are now the tag team champions because of I Show Speed, I Show Suckhausen's interference, which was so convoluted and makes no sense that LA Knight has to show up on his show. And then they let us know that, just so everybody's aware, this is going to kick off night one on ESPN. And I go, herein lies the problem that we've had way back since we've talked about the TKO roller coaster after they fired R-Truth, is the involvement that they're getting now from outside sources beyond creative is impacting the product. You
Yeah.
take TKO, you take Netflix, then you throw in the ESPN deal now, it is no surprise that they're putting iShow Speed in the first match that we know is going to be on ESPN for that first
Yep.
hour so they can try to get eyes on it because they want to get people to watch for an hour and then go on their phone or on their TV and press that, yeah, I'm going to subscribe to ESPN because I want to watch the rest of this. They think iShow Speed gives them that audience and that recognition. I I don't know from iShow Speed. I know him getting speared out of his boots at Royal Rumble by Braun Breaker. I
Yep.
remember him shooting a spot in the back with Liv and Dom and them totally just eviscerating him. He couldn't keep up. It was embarrassing and it was classic Dom and Liv. Everybody go find it. Um, he is not going to move that needle, and the fact that they think he will says something. And I think that it's kind of poetic that this is what's going to start WrestleMania. And when we get to the end of this, I'll say the only thing that could try to save any of this that they're pulling, but I'll save that to the end. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, so am I supposed to say who I think wins and stuff? I forgot that this is a prediction.
Yeah,
I don't remember if you did. Oh yeah, you did. You
I
said
did. I
that the
did.
Usos and yeah, the Usos and LA Knight are going to win. That's another thing that's really stupid about this match. The tag team championships not up for grabs at WrestleMania.
Hmm. Yeah, it's crazy to think about that too. I just, wow, what
Weird.
a waste. What a
Yep.
waste. All
Yep.
right, moving on to a, I guess, slightly higher note, the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to know what? AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. You got AJ Lee being the champion, rematching Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. I don't know, Brian. I'm just ready for this one to be over. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. Anytime you have Becky Lynch with the current character work she has going on, it's going to be good, right? But man, how long have we been running this feud? I feel like it's almost been a year now. And are we sure this warrants a year-long feud? Hopefully, my prediction is after this, these two never see each other on a WWE screen ever again. And that's not because what they've done has been bad, but that is because, you know, it's just been a lot of the same
Hmm.
thing over and over again, especially where Becky Lynch has done such a good job building this championship up. I feel
Yeah.
like there's so much other talent that could have been given a shot at WrestleMania. And that's Roxanne Perez versus AJ Lee, a dream match we've been looking
Oh,
for. I
that'd be
feel like
good.
AJ Lee has been kind of held captive in the Becky Lynch saga, and all the dream matches, everyone was like, "Oh, this dream match, this one, Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez." We haven't got it yet. Why? Because we've been running the same feud over and over again. For that reason, I think Becky Lynch is going to win. I don't think AJ Lee's going to be around enough to hold this title, but I hope Becky Lynch gets rid of it quick too, because I think she's due for a world title run coming up in the following wrestling year. So I don't know, Brian, what are your thoughts on this match?
I'm I'm fine with it. It sucks that it feels like you said, it's interesting that we just did our retro rewatch of Survivor Series 1990, and one of the things that we were so positive about on that show is that they were able to use the format of Survivor Series to just do a little middle chapter of the big stories they're doing throughout the year. It was just enough. It wasn't too much. The perfect example is always Jake the Snake and Rick Martel with the Vipers and the Visionaries. Oh, not the Vision, the Visionaries. They were there first. Um, their story where you go, that's the perfect little chapter to that big story that they're doing. It never seemed prolonged like it does now. This story with Becky Lynch and AJ Lee feels like it should be over already. Taking this match makes it feel like we have stretched it out way too long, like we're spreading not enough butter over too much bread to steal a Bilbo Baggins. It just we're spreading it too thin. It's not working. Uh, but I'm sure the match will be fine. It will be entertaining, so I won't be upset watching it. But it just feels like at WrestleMania there should be something more. And I guess the more that I think is going to happen with this, I think Becky Lynch will win. I think somehow Jessica Carr is going to have a bigger part in it and will
Yeah,
set something off to move with Becky Lynch and Jessica Carr going forward. I feel like they've been playing with that, and maybe WrestleMania is the time when we pull that card. Um,
interesting.
I,
I like that.
I would be happy if that happened because it would give us a new wrinkle and it would take us into that next direction for Becky Lynch and get away from the AJ Lee thing. So Becky Lynch with maybe some involvement from Jessica Carr.
I like that a lot. I wasn't expecting you to go that route, but
Yeah,
I
I
do
hope a
like
lot of people weren't because people will be surprised then. Vegas is going to go crazy when Jessica Carr returns.
yeah, I like that. That's a good little wrinkle.
I'm going to
All
cut that part because nobody cares.
right. No, I kind of like that though. That's good. I think you should leave that in there because what
Okay.
if it does happen? You never know. All right, Brian.
All right, Will, you sold me.
All right, I sold them guys. All right, moving on. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match. I'm fairly excited for this one. I feel like as this card keeps going, I'm building up my level of excitement for this. I feel like it's just going to be two badasses throwing everything they got at each other. This could potentially be match of the weekend. And there's a few other matches I have highlighted for that. It's not my pick, but if they let this match ride out and it's
Mhm.
as grueling and bloody and hate filled as it should be, by the way, this is like the third feud Drew McIntyre has done like this that has ended in a Hell in a Cell or unsanctioned match.
Yep.
It's
CM
really good that this
Punk,
guy.
Cody, now
Yeah,
Jacob. Yeah, I thought the same thing that this is a continuing
yeah,
refrain for McIntyre.
yeah. He's really good at this type of stuff, guys. This is why Drew McIntyre is one of the best and one of the most underrated we got right now. And I'm also excited to see Jacob Fatu in a match like this.
Hmm.
Although I had high hopes of him being in the world title picture
Yeah.
somewhere, and all four of these guys. I mean, think about it like this. What if they ran a fatal way with Cody, Randy, Drew, and Jacob? We'd be in such a more exciting place than we are right now
Yeah.
with the main. We'll get to the main event of night one. We'll get there eventually. But I'm excited for these two to kind of have their own spotlight. The only concern I have is I heard that this match is going to be in that free first hour.
Hmm.
So, with everyone watching, all these kiddos watching on ESPN2, are we going to get this grueling, bloody fist fight between these two? Man, I hope so. I really do. But I don't think that will hold anything back. And, I could just be hearing stuff that, Dave Meltzer's throwing into the air or,
Dave Meltzer.
yeah, one of the beat reporters that's just kind of like saying whatever. So I don't know. If I were to take a guess, it has to be Jacob Fatu going for the win here. They can't, give him a loss. It's his first like really, really, really big match if you think about it coming back from injury. And you can kind of start to build something with him not losing at WrestleMania. If he I thought the same thing for Bianca is like eventually here, and we'll get to someone who I think can do it. You gotta start building another streak type of thing. And I don't know if Jacob Fatu is going to do it or a guy that's wrestling on night two who I think could definitely take those reins over. But that's something I've always looked forward
Yeah.
to with WrestleMania ever since I was mortified when Undertaker lost his streak as a child and I was like almost in tears. You, Brock Lesnar. Sorry, had to get that
Every
out.
time. It's every time, folks.
Man,
Every time. That's a sore spot for Will.
I know. But yeah, I really want someone to kind of build that streak. And if Jacob Fatu gets that here, he's 2-0, guys. He's 2-0 at WrestleMania. So I also think Drew is filming a movie from what I understand.
Oh yeah, he's doing Highlander, I think.
Yeah, he's got to go take some time off. So hopefully a big spot that puts him out for a little bit. That's the high hopes. I got Jacob Fatu winning. Brian, who do you have?
Oh man, see, I wanted to take McIntyre this whole time until you just remind me of Highlander, and I'm like, oh, that's right. He's
Yeah.
going away, so this is kind of the perfect way to have him be laid up for a little bit. But that means you got to do a big spot. And you pointed out really astutely, Will, that being on that free viewing on ESPN,
Uh,
it makes me wonder, are we going to get that big spot that would warrant that, you know? I hope so. Um, I guess here's what I'll say about this match. I'm excited for this match. This is one of them when we were talking about this earlier, and I'm like, I have no idea what I think about this show. That's the reason why, because there's some good matches that I'm excited for, but as a whole, it seems like a crazy mess. And this match, because it should be good, there there should be no reason why this is not a good match. They've had a decent build up to it, enough because of the two people involved that we buy it enough, and we know that we can look forward to a good match. If this match gets up and it's bad, or it's neutered because it's on ESPN and it's not anything what people are expecting, that is going to tell me how the rest of this Mania is going to go. It will give me no confidence going forward if this match is a stinker, because there's no reason why it should be other than meddling. So I'm cautiously optimistic for this match, but it might be an indicator of how the whole night's going to go.
yeah, I I agree with you a lot. That's a really good point. That if they really F this up, it's going to be a long WrestleMania weekend.
Hmm.
All right, Brian, I'm moving on to the Women's Tag Championship match. And that is the champions, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Bayley and Lyra, and then the Bella Twins. I'll tell you who's not winning this match, the Bella Twins. So we could throw them out of the window, right? Honestly, what
The
I
Bella
want to
clones.
see, the clones, what I want to see here, honestly, is, oh, gosh, you're not gonna like that, but say this.
Oh no.
Bailey deserves some justice from last year. You
Yeah,
remember when
yeah.
that they did to her when Becky Lynch came back, and then they had her at Lyra win, and they just were like, "Hey, she's a bigger star, so she's gonna get the spot." That was kind of messed up, and
That
Bailey's
whole that whole match was messed up. That whole thing was not booked well at all.
just, just some crap. They should have
Yeah.
just ran with the original storyline they had at hand.
Yep.
If they're gonna have Bailey and Lyra win, have them win.
Yep.
So I think they're gonna do justice here. I think Bailey and Lyra are gonna win. WrestleMania is always
Hmm.
full of title changes. Although I'll tell you who I'll be cheering for: Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Always cheering for Lash Legend and Nia Jax, for a matter of fact. So I'm gonna go Bailey and Lyra. Brian, who do you have?
Boy, I you're selling me again on Bailey and Lyra. I'll show my hand for this whole thing. Everybody, I have no idea who I'm picking for, except for one. There is only one match who I definitely know who I'm picking, and it's the match
Coming
I'm
up
most
next.
excited for.
Coming up.
Everybody who listens to us knows exactly what I'm talking about. Um, but like this, I have no idea, and Will is selling me on the idea of Bailey and Lyra. But on the other hand, I want Nia and Lash to win
As
and
well.
keep that momentum going that they have. I feel like they are a good, solid heel tag team force in that women's division. Keep keep the championships on them because I think that keeps the rest of that division strong.
Yep.
As long, you know what I mean? If you have that strong heel team that people are chasing, I think that's better for the show. So I'm gonna go Nia and Lash retain, but it is WrestleMania, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if it's Bailey and Lyra. Um, what about Charlotte and Alexa? We didn't say much.
No, I just don't. think they're gonna go back in that direction. I'm shocked they're not fighting each other.
The only thing I can think of is that in this match, we're going we're going to
Get
get
it?
that breakup
Yeah.
in this match, and then we can go forward with that. That part makes the most sense. But I hope Lash and Nia win. That's my pick.
All right, Brian, you brought it up. The match you are most excited for.
Cody and whoever he's facing, who the hell I don't even remember who he's wrestling.
Pat McAfee,
Oh,
right?
that's right,
So,
fucking McAfee. I forgot about that.
Brian, take us into your prediction for Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan.
All right, everybody. This is I am so excited for this one. My wife is excited for this one. Um, this is probably one of the best buildups they've had for this WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
Uh, it and it kind of came from nothing. They had to have been thinking the Roxanne Liv split with Dom and all of that. Like they clearly had to be going in that direction before those injuries happened. They had to.
Yeah, probably. I would
And when
guess.
Liv got hurt, that messed up all of those plans going forward, but it actually turned out somewhat positive because Dom became a much stronger character once Liv was gone and only made it stronger when she came back. Raquel did the same thing. She had to grow as a character and it helped them. We said it when Liv got hurt. Be nice if she could come back and save some storytelling and entertainment. And sure, you can just plug her into a program with Stephanie Vaquer and it works. It's one of the more engaging stories. And I know Liv's not for everybody. I'm sure there's a fair share of haters who don't like her laugh or hate her screaming. Yeah, that's the point, everybody. That's the idea. As I just said to Will yesterday, I asked him if he saw Liv Morgan's new music video,
I have now.
and he has now. This thing is great. The fact that Liv Morgan, the WWE superstar character Liv Morgan, made a music video now means in the story, in kayfabe, Liv Morgan is a pop singer who made a pop song with dancing and everything. That's awesome. That is the entire point of her character. Like she continues to grow and evolve that character,
Yeah.
but it's always still has that same core to it. It's really good work, and it makes this feud work with Stephanie Vaquer because on paper, I don't know how you can make that work. Stephanie Vaquer has gone. My wife and I were just talking about this last year at Stand and Deliver. She put on such a great performance there. We both loved her. Everybody loves Stephanie Vaquer. Fast forward a year now, stale. I hate saying that. I feel bad
Yeah.
saying that because Stephanie Vaquer, you go, wow, she is very good at professional wrestling. But over the course of this year, she has plateaued and all of the benefits that we have been giving her because we know that there's a language barrier, and nobody holds that against her at all. But now we need something more. And that something more hasn't been there. She's going to have to start doing something more than the devil's kiss. The devil's kiss thing, that's fine. We all go, oh, yay, it's a devil's kiss. Oh, look at Booker T is freaking out. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We know that part. Now give me something else.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just being a stick in the mud about it, but I feel like
So
her shtick is is wearing thin, and I'm glad that Liv is in this program with her to help take Stephanie Vaquer's character maybe to a different direction. I'm very interested to see how the crowd reacts for this one because I know Liv is supposed to be the heel, but that line has been very blurred between these two, not just in their character work, but also with the crowd reaction. I'm super interested to see. My instinct is going to be they are going to be very over for Liv, and you Stephanie will get hers, but I feel like in general the crowd is going to be over for Liv Morgan. And we may have even had this as a hypothetical months ago, Will. We may have talked about that and about how that's becoming a problem with Liv because her and Dom are so over as heels that it's really hard to keep them in that heel category, but they keep finding ways to do it, which again is a testament to Dom and Liv. That being said, Liv Morgan is going to win this match. If she doesn't, they're doing it wrong. And if we get Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre and that match sucks, I am going to be really nervous about this match
Yeah.
because there is no way Stephanie Vaquer should be going over in this match.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I have one thought and then my prediction. WWE is okay to let the women main event WrestleMania because this storyline
Yes.
deserves it more than the storyline we are going to get to in a match and a half here. I got Liv Morgan winning. It's time for a reset. I think this could be match of the weekend as well. This is one of the four I have circled.
Yep.
This could be really good in ring as well. So that's my prediction. Liv Morgan's going over. You
Yep.
want to talk about some good old professional wrestling, though, Brian, with no storyline at all? Seth Rollins versus Gunther. I am excited for this match. The match itself, I'm excited for. The storyline going into it, there's been nothing. Absolutely nothing. They had nothing for these guys to do.
Yep.
Poor booking by WWE of Gunther ever since he took out Cena and Styles. There's been this dude should be in the world championship picture.
Hmm.
I would rather have Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. That's what I would rather have. But
Yeah, but they don't
that's
want to kill Gunther yet. That's the problem, is
That's
it's
time to
weird.
kill Cody.
Yep.
It's time. It's one
Yep.
or the other
Yep.
because this dude should have something to do at WrestleMania. I know there was rumors of him retiring Ray, who apparently isn't quite ready to go out yet, or they didn't know he'd be ready, and they obviously didn't have enough time to build that match because they threw him in a ladder match. So honestly, there is no build for this match, and sometimes that's okay.
Hmm.
This is going to be a phenomenal wrestling match. And I don't quite remember if we've ever gotten this one before. So it's just whoever is the best. And that's what I'm excited for. It's going to probably, this is my pick for match of the weekend.
Ooh.
And unfortunately, Seth Rollins is not going to beat Gunther. It's just not in the cards for Seth. That being said, I do believe Braun Breaker will come back in this match and take out Seth Rollins because they can't let Seth go, you know, out weak and on taking a tap out or a submission from Gunther. So Braun Breaker's got to interfere. That being said, I hope they carve out a good 15 minutes for these guys just to go at it because I feel like that could be really good. Brian, what's your thoughts on this match?
You might have hit the nail on the head with this one, Will. You might have got that right. That if Braun Breaker could come back, get some interference, and Gunther wins, because I agree, Gunther has to win.
Mhm.
Um, Seth can take the L, and you can work that to where it's not going to hurt him too much. At this point, going forward with Gunther, if your plan is for him to be Thanos and just keep collecting the Legend Infinity Stones by retiring them, you can't have him lose this match. If he loses this match, but then he goes on to SummerSlam and he retires Brock Lesnar, doesn't have the same luster
Yeah.
as him retiring Goldberg and just going on a tear ever since. Gunther has to win that match. It would have made sense for him and Rey Mysterio. Because again, that lines up then you can put Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam or down the road. Um, Gunther wins this match. I agree with you. This could be match of the weekend. Uh, if you're Gunther and you're Seth Rollins and they were like, hey guys, you guys are like the leftovers, but we want to get you on the show because you're big names. So we're going to put you in a match. If you're those two, don't you go, we got to go Randy Savage and Ricky the Dragon
Yep.
Steamboat and just tear this thing down. So again, it's a match I'm excited for, but I'm nervous about it because I feel like WWE can't be trusted at this point right now. Hopefully, when we get to this match, we've had a good show and I'll feel a little bit better about it.
You want to talk about why we are nervous?
Yes.
The main event of night one, Cody Rhodes, the champion, versus Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship. And what show this has been. You had a slam dunk if you would have just had Randy turn heel and you just roll with the mentor versus the mentee.
Hmm.
And that's all
Simple.
you had to do. It was so simple. We didn't need to have Randy Orton on the phone with Pat McAfee. Are you kidding me? What a stupid turn. What a stupid reveal. I mean, just talk about pointless for the sake of being pointless. I'm just, I'm so disappointed because this has by far been one of the worst builds for a championship match in WrestleMania history. And you want to know what another one was? Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
Hmm. Yep.
So we continuously have Cody in these shitty booked situations. And I just feel bad for the guy because he is talented
Yep.
and he is good on the mic and he is good in the ring. But why does he consistently get screwed over in these matches? Let alone the fact that you got Randy Orton, who's probably closer to the way out than the way in
Yep.
his career. And he's about to win number 15. By the way, showing my hand, I'm going Randy Orton in this match because if you don't go it and Cody wins, that crowd is going to boo him out of the arena.
Yeah.
So it's you're running the same thing back you did last year, and it didn't work. And you're running it back again,
Yep.
except you're going McAfee instead of Travis Scott. Make it make sense, Brian.
Will, I can't make it make sense because it is the same exact story. I'm gonna ruin wrestling. I'm gonna save wrestling. It's all the same story. The fact that they feel like they have to insert Pat McAfee once again shows the disconnect between TKO and the Bookers, just like with Travis Scott, just like with Elimination Chamber a couple of years ago, where oh the ticket sales weren't great, so Ari called me up and said, "Hey, Rock, we want the final boss to be there to help sell tickets." Okay, well, is the final boss showing up to Vegas this year to help sell tickets? Because I just looked on TickPick and there's floor seats for $250 for Saturday night. Floor seats. So if you're ESPN and you're WWE and TKO, you better hope you can find a way to sell some of these tickets because you can't have a partially empty arena and you can't start giving tickets away because people are going to light you up if you do that. So good job digging this hole. So when you have Pat McAfee come out, here's the part that drove me crazy is that he comes out and he starts talking about the product has been bad. There's still tickets at WrestleMania. You haven't sold any tickets. And I'm going, as a fan, I'm going, yes, he's right. But you guys are telling me that he's the heel. So I'm supposed to be mad at him but I'm agreeing with him. So you, TKO, or the writers, I can't believe it'd be Triple H who would be writing this because it doesn't make any sense. I assume he has to be about this because
Yeah.
that is so, you are so disconnected from your fan base that you're calling it out now. All the things that we're complaining about, they're calling out in the show. So you can either A, fix them and use this to your advantage, or B, think that those aren't real problems and we're just idiots. That is not a good look for them. So I'm anxious to see what actually happens in this match because it is weird. It makes no sense. Pat McAfee is there for some unknown reason. Uh, I think Randy wins. Same reason why you said. because they would boo Cody out, and maybe that's what they need to do. Maybe just maybe Cody does need to win, and they need to boo him out of the building, and we get to that heel turn sooner than it took Hogan to get there when people are booing him at Royal Rumble when he eliminates Sid Justice. You know, we were too late to the party. Maybe they're going to have to do it with Cody sooner than it happened with Hogan, but I don't think they will. I think Randy will win.
But Brian, let's move on to night two, and we have something that will hopefully lift our mood to talk about. Because whatever way you slice it, the Intercontinental Championship ladder match is going to be awesome. You got the champion Penta, Javon Evans, you have Rusev,
Yep.
Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, and Rey Mysterio. Honestly, I really don't care who wins this match. As long as there's great that goes on, I'm all for it. Now, who do I think is going to win this match? I got two, and I'm kind of undecided. Actually, three because I'm realistic. Penta could easily just retain here, and
Yeah.
that would be the most boring option. Or you could have Javon Evans win, and that would be the most exciting option. And you can have him actually like be entertaining with the belt because Penta is very good, with his in-ring work recently. But I need a little bit more from Penta during this title run. I feel like Javon Evans can give us the full package. And he's one of your top young stars, so why
Mhm.
not see what he can do? And then I'm delusional. And part of me knows this is the last WrestleMania match for Rey Mysterio. And I really just want him to have a little send off moment at WrestleMania, feel good because, for some reason, wrestling has not been making me feel happy because it's so not great.
It's making
So,
me happy because it's entertaining as hell. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's bad.
yeah, I guess that is one way to look at it. I
Hmm.
need something to smile about. I'm going to go Rey Mysterio, even though he's probably the least likely to win this match. Brian, who do you have?
Will, Taco Bell ain't good, but it ain't bad either.
Mm-mm.
Always remember that.
I love
Uh,
Taco Bell.
you know, boy, Rey Mysterio makes a lot of sense. If this is his last WrestleMania, I hope he can get some sort of interaction with Dom. Dom is on this same night, so there is that. Um, but I would say I'm taking Javon Evans in this match. Uh,
Yeah.
they know he's over right now. The IC championship is the perfect championship for him to have right now and do
Hmm.
exactly what you said. There's a lot of people that if you put him in the ring with them, you could put him through that whole mid card and it's going to be exciting matches. So I am so down with that. Javon Evans all the way in this one, and he might have the spot of the weekend. He may
Oh,
be
for
the one that
sure.
does something where you just go, I can't believe he just did that. So yeah, Javon Evans. It's my guy.
Yeah, agreed. I think that's what my brain is saying. My heart is telling me something else, but you want to know what? We'll switch it up. Brian, it sucks that Dominic Mysterio keeps losing at WrestleMania. Because he's so great and he's so over and I love him and he needs like last year was a great moment for him. But outside of last year, he's like 1-4 at this pay-per-view and I need him to start winning. Unfortunately, the Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio is not the moment he's going to win. If they're bringing back the Demon, he is going to lose, which they are, and it was confirmed on Monday Night Raw. So I'm sorry, Dom. Although I do think this match has some great in ring potential and a whole lot of shenanigans to go along with it, I'm sorry, Dom. You're not going over in this one. Finn Balor's going to take this one home. And hopefully, it's a start of a great face push for Finn Balor away from the Judgment Day, where he can go on to, I don't know, hopefully feud for Never mind. Neither of the world
You
championships. He'll probably in the mid card.
you
Uh,
you slammed the brakes hard as hell, Will. You were like, he can move on to something bigger yeah, no, we know that that's not going to happen. So
yep.
him
Finn
and
Balor.
LA Knight can go hang out.
Yeah. They'll probably form a tag team or something and fight I Show Speed and like Jelly Roll next WrestleMania or
Don't
something like that.
don't give him any ideas because right
My
now,
bad.
Ari Emanuel's like, I gotta send this to Rock. It was really good stuff.
Write
Uh,
it down. Brian, where are you going in this match? You lining up
um,
with me here?
yeah, Finn Balor's gonna win this match. I'm so pissed off that they ruined the Demon reveal leading up to
Yeah,
the match. Why do that? See,
I agree.
that's the kind of stuff that makes me question if they really understand the assignment or not. That would be like at Royal Rumble having a big return, but letting us know 2 weeks beforehand.
They
Don't
do
do
that
that.
all the
And
time.
it
They do it
sucks.
all the time. It's so
It
lame. It's
sucks. You
so
know what's better? What's better is when John Cena and Dom are in the ring and Liv Morgan's music hit, and you go, "Oh, she is back. I was hoping she would be." And then she comes to the ring and does something awesome, and it's a good surprise return. Do
yeah,
that.
sure.
Don't do the thing where you tell us that Demon Finn Balor is going to be the one at WrestleMania. You know how excited I would have been if he would have came out as a demon? I'd be like, "Oh, Demon Finn Balor, this is amazing." Now that moment of joy has been snatched from me. Me, who could have enjoyed that for the first time, seeing the majesty and surprise of him coming out as the demon, they have taken from me. I may seek litigation for my pain and suffering in this matter. Um, but yeah, Finn's gonna win this match. Uh, I don't think it hurts Dom too much because I think if they put on just an awesome match, which I'm confident they will, this is another one
Mhm.
kind of like Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. It's like you can't up. There's no reason why this match should not be awesome. And I think by the end of it, it probably actually helps Dom because it kind of maybe kicks him to the next gear. You know, maybe we see something out of him in this match because it is the demon that makes him grow just a little bit. And even if that doesn't happen and it's still just classic villain, mustache twirling Dom, I'm gonna be fine with that too because that's awesome.
Hopefully they don't mess this one up either. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Oof, we put ourselves in a tricky situation. They listened to, I'll give them this, they listened to the
Yep.
fans because everybody wanted, when they heard, oh, it's a open challenge type of deal, everyone was like, wow, they're not going Oba versus Brock. Well, that's because they weren't going to do it because Brock can't take an L here. You want to know who else can take an L? The hottest thing in
Yep.
professional wrestling. So, for that reason, I'm going Obafemi with my fingers crossed that they don't do anything stupid here. They can royally mess up the momentum, the once in a lifetime momentum you're getting with Obafemi here. I mean, you could have Oba win here and then have Oba take out whoever and just become champion.
Yep.
Because that's the type of reset you need right now in the main event scene. So, that being said, you gotta go Obafemi here. If Brock Lesnar wins this match, I might turn off the pay per view and not watch anymore. That's how frustrated I will be with WWE. Rumor has it, this is kicking off night two as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Brock's got to get out of there.
yeah, he's
He's yeah.
gotta go.
He's got to get over. He's got to get over to MGM Grand and go play some Cherries Jubilee like this guy. Yeah. For all my Vegas peeps out there, you know Cherries Jubilee.
I love that.
Yep.
Brian, where are you going with this outside of to Cherry's Jubilee with Brock Lesnar?
That's right. Me and him are gonna sit down. I'm gonna get a Virgin Bloody Mary. He's gonna get whatever he has. We're gonna sit right on those two on the end. Yeah, I know right where we're gonna be. Come find us. Um, I am nervous for this match
Mm.
because they could mess this up so badly. Um, part of me thinks that there's going to be a schmaz finish to this, but then I go, you're you're really keeping yourself in neutral if you do that. The idea is to get Obafemi over. It's hard when you go, oh, if Obafemi beats Brock Lesnar, does that take some of the shine off of Gunther retiring Brock Lesnar?
Hmm.
That's my worry with that. Unless in WWE, if you're listening, this is a great idea. If you have Obafemi go through Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar, if you have Obafemi go through Brock Lesnar and you keep him on this incredible role, if you have Gunther retire Brock Lesnar and keep him on his role next year at WrestleMania, you can have Obafemi and Gunther, no titles involved, but then that's the time where you go, something has to give between these two. And it makes the Brock Lesnar piece make sense. Gunther gets to say, I retired Brock Lesnar, and Obafemi gets to say, I beat him on the grandest stage of them all. You know, I think that's where the money's at. You're building two monsters, one face, one heel. There's only one way, as Gorilla Monsoon would say. It's the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. Yeah, I think Obafemi is going to win this match, and I think going forward, come this time next year, we're going to be talking about Obafemi and Gunther, and I get to play this back and look like I'm really smart, and people will think I know mildly what I'm talking about.
I give you snap applause for that because that is, yeah,
That,
that
that was
was,
Wrestling Matrix. It was
that
close.
was,
I started
yeah.
going in.
No, you were in there for sure. Like halfway through, I had to give you a snap applause because that was good. I didn't even think about that. But that is like, now you sold me because I want to see that match now. And
Yeah,
I
it's
want
the
to
only way to
see,
make that make sense.
yeah. Now, Brock Lesnar's not the type of guy to go out on his ass twice, but he's gonna have to. You got to put the younger talent over. Maybe this will be like a good, leave a good scent around for Brock Lesnar when we talk about him because when he leaves, we will not see that man ever again.
No,
Maybe
and
in the Hall of Fame.
you know what? We had Rock versus Hogan at WrestleMania, and that match by the end of that thing, Hogan was back over with the crowd just as much as Rock, and not for NWO Hogan. And by the end of that match, even though Rock won, that match doesn't go down in people's memory as Hogan losing. No, you know what I mean? Whenever people talk about
Yeah.
that match, they never talk about how Hogan took the L. And I go, sometimes when you do that match with two behemoths right, it doesn't really matter who wins or loses based off of how they tell the story. So come on, Obafemi and Brock Lesnar, don't let us down.
Do you want to talk about a match that might let us down, Ryan?
Oh
Let's
no.
talk about Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the women's championship. And you want to know what? I'm not nervous for this one. This one, I'm just low expectations on. The feud has been all over the place, and I'm not going to lie to you, super confusing.
Yeah.
What are they fighting over? They're fighting like over Io Sky and, you know, Io's in the mix, Asuka's in the mix, Kyrie's in the mix.
They're fighting over getting higher ratings on SmackDown, so having Rhea Ripley on there with Jade Cargill is what they're doing.
Meechin and B-Fab are going to be out here for this match. Meechin and B-Fab are going to be out there for this match. And Tiffany Stratton's not on the WrestleMania card, guys.
Io Sky is not on the WrestleMania card.
Can we just
Danhausen is not on the WrestleMania card.
there's so much good that's not on the WrestleMania card. And that happens every year, but I feel like this year especially. You know how Seth Rollins, I'm looking at my notes right now. Seth Rollins and Gunther are fighting on night one. Can we get Io versus Tiffany on night two? Just
Right.
have it happen. Like there's no
No.
storyline. Who's better? And then you can just have like somebody win. I
Yeah,
don't care.
because Julia's not on this, right? There is no Tiffany Stratton and Julia match, right?
No, there's not.
How is that match not on this card?
I don't know because they want to. I don't know. And I don't look at night two and I'm like, there's nothing they like. There's not room for the match necessarily. Like they have solid matches night two. Night one, I definitely don't feel that way. I feel like we could have Logan, Austin Theory, that Vision match can go.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess like again, there's 7 matches on that card though. Put one more on there. Why not? Get some people on this card that
We
deserve
had
to be
like
on this
15
card.
matches on Mania 6 or whatever it was.
Yeah. Listen, make it a long card.
Yeah, and that's
We're here
one
to
night.
watch wrestling. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous.
You know they have room on night 2 because we know that this match with Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill's going 8.5 minutes.
Yeah, and Rhea's winning it. I don't want to get
Yeah.
into the storyline because it makes my head hurt so much. But Rhea's gonna win this thing because Jade Cargill failed experiment. She's defended the title like all of like 1.5 times, and both matches have been versus Michin, and they've been really boring. And they thought they were doing something with this little faction that they're doing, but it's just not landing for me. And the only way that this is going to go Jade Cargill's way is if Bianca's ready and they're going to run that match
Hmm.
because Bianca Belair, please come back to save the SmackDown Women's Division, please. So
Hmm.
I'm going Rhea Ripley. Brian, I'm assuming you're going the same probably.
Well, I do need to correct you. I don't know this Jade Cargill that you speak of.
Oh,
I do know the Ultimate Cargill. I do know who that is. And it's funny that you say that her title defense has been like 1.5 matches. I would describe her whole title reign as a 1.5. You know, like diarrhea. It's not a one, it's not a two, it's a 1.5. Um, that's how I would describe her whole title reign because it makes no sense. Uh, we've been giving her plenty benefits of the doubt. Go back and listen to us right from the beginning. We had questions, but we were rooting for her. Now we've gotten to a point where we're putting her into a big match against arguably one of the top stars in the entire industry on the biggest stage of them all. Hey, Jade Cargill, no pressure. Don't like Rhea Ripley, be careful. Like whatever they're going to do, it's not going to be more than 10 minutes. Wait, is this a gimmick match? Is this the Vegas street fight? Isn't there a Vegas street fight on this card?
maybe you're just making that up. Maybe that was
Oh, it was
last year
well,
with the
there
Usos.
was last year, and I was really pissed
No,
off about it
that
because
was
they
2 years
did.
ago. That's perfectly love. What are we doing?
Well, they had a Vegas street fight last year,
Priest,
and it made me
Damian
mad.
Priest,
Yeah,
Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre.
yeah.
I thought they were doing it again. I think
That's what I thought too. All I know is they were in Vegas, and there was no street fight. They went nowhere near the street. Not Las Vegas Boulevard, not Fremont Street. They didn't go down Tropicana. They didn't go anywhere. So it was a wasted use. That's like the unsanctioned match. Just quit it with that. That's dumb. If it's not sanctioned, what are they doing? It'd just be them out in the parking lot beating the hell out of each other with us having cameras on them. You're letting them in the building and in the ring. So quit it with the unsanctioned. That's so silly. Thought there was another. I thought this was going to be. You know what? Maybe it was me doing my booking saying you better make this a Vegas street fight to make the match interesting. I assumed they were going to have to gimmick this match to make it go longer. If you want this match to be more than 8 minutes, it has to be a falls count anywhere or something like that. You know what? Maybe they'll do it on Friday. Maybe they'll make a stipulation on Friday. Um, because that's the only way you can make the match longer and you can do more things. If you're going to stick to in-ring work, you're already going to be limited with what you can do because of Jade Cargill, unfortunately. So take them outside the ring, have them fight in the crowd, have her do big power spots out there. You can stretch this thing out, make it look good, make it look tough. But at the end of the day, Rhea Ripley is going to be champion. We can't go any further with Jade Cargill being the champion. So yeah, Rhea Ripley, and maybe they'll gimmick it on Friday. That'd make me happy because if it is
Yeah,
just going to be a regular match, I'm not going to be excited for this. I'm going to be watching for the wrong reasons.
yeah, absolutely. 100.
Shockmaster moment of the night, everybody. Although Jey Uso is starting night one, so they're going to have to be careful.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be, there's a lot of potential for Shockmaster
Yeah,
moment.
there is. Yeah.
Let's talk about a match that is not going to have a Shockmaster moment of the night unless Lil Yachty gets involved. But I was going to say this is probably the one time, like, I feel like Yachty's been a little beneficial to this Trick Williams
I
versus
knew
Sam.
that's who you were talking about. I knew it when you said
Yeah,
that because in my head I went, "Oh, he's the only good one that's actually been okay." And then,
yeah,
sure
he's
enough,
been, and he
yes.
hasn't been outstanding, but he hasn't been terrible. He's not inserting himself
Nope.
as a main stage during this feud. He's just propping Trick Williams up, being like,
Mhm.
look who I'm with because I'm the
Yeah.
main event. I'm super cool. So I'm with Lil Yachty because apparently that makes you cool, I guess.
Well,
But
Will, he's being Trick Williams second. I will,
yeah,
you know what a second is? Will, uh, you go on talking about the match and I will be your second. So just keep going and I will do it for you.
okay, I got you. So I just think that this is probably going to be another one of those matches that's going to be circled for match of the weekend.
Match of the weekend.
And I have Trick Williams going over because he is
Trick.
because he is that good. And
He's that good.
Like Brian's doing, you got to roll Yachty out here with Trick Williams more often,
Hmm.
even after WrestleMania, I feel like. So I'm going Trick Williams. I think it's a pretty unanimous decision. I'd say it's a Carmelo Hayes is not in this match as well.
Yeah, it's weird.
It would have, or you should have just done Trick and Mello, and you didn't really need Sami Zayn.
I don't
Sorry.
under.
Hey,
Hmm. I
it,
thought the same thing. I was not crestfallen that Sammy wasn't going to be on the show, and I was honestly kind of off that in the same night that we get a big boo-hoo-hoo of I'm not going to be on WrestleMania. I want to be on WrestleMania, and then he goes and wins, and he gets to be on WrestleMania. I didn't
mm,
like that. I
yeah,
thought that that was cheap and it felt heavy-handed. Um, But Trick all the way. Trick Williams, Trick Willie, that's my guy. I love Trick. We love Trick Williams on this podcast. I love what he
absolutely.
does. I love the fact that he is over right now and that everybody right away, like between him and Obafemi, man, they came in like hot as a pistol.
Yeah,
And
for real.
and Trick's kept it going though. Like that I'm really happy for Trick, and I'm going to be rooting for him heavily in this match. He makes me laugh, and usually that's all that it's going to take. And he backs it up in the ring, though. He can work, and he's funny, and he's doing his own thing, and I feel like he has this character dialed in and I'm so looking forward to everything that's going to happen in the future with Trick because he's awesome. Sorry, Sammy. Uh, you going down.
Yes, agreed. All right, Brian, the headliner for the World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. I've kind of been up in the air about this match. I want to say they've done a good job, in my opinion, building this match. It's hard when Roman's not there all the time. And for those reasons, I kind of don't want Roman to win this match. I've been enjoying CM Punk's title reign. He obviously had the Pipe Bomb 2.0. That was a huge highlight for me during this. And I like the promo they sent us home with the I envy you and you envy me, but we still hate each other because of him. And it kind of made sense. I was really rocking with that, which I thought was their strongest promo work of this whole entire feud. And they've had some good stuff and some good moments. That being said, it's been 2 years since Roman Reigns has held the world championship. in WWE. You want your ratings to go up, you want the money, gotta have Roman at the top where he belongs. And unfortunately for CM Punk, he's taken another loss in the main event, I think. I got Roman Reigns going over in the main event of WrestleMania. My one wish is that there is no shenanigans in this match. Let
Mm.
it be clean. I just want a one-on-one match and let the best man win. Because sometimes their whole feud, they've been who's the better man? Who's the best in the world? Who's the better old man? Because they've been talking about
Yeah.
how each other are old. But sometimes you don't need the add-on shenanigans. Now, that being said, we're gonna get them, guys. We are
Hmm.
gonna get some big twist or big turn. Everyone's saying it's the Usos turning on Roman
Hmm.
or it's something else. I honestly have no clue what it could be. So that for that reason, I'm hoping it is a bigger twist than we think. And I think if that happens, it does favor CM Punk winning. So only time will tell. We shall see, Brian. What are your thoughts on this match?
So you're taking Roman.
I
Oh
am.
man, I'm gonna take Roman. I would
Yeah.
like it if Punk won, just because Roman, he's not always around and all that kind of stuff, but I get it. But I think Roman is going to win. Um, Let me throw this past you, Will. Um, I said at the top of the show that I think I have an idea of something that they could do to try to salvage the mess of a story that they're trying to tell at this WrestleMania. Everything once again, like last year, everything seemed thrown together, but kind of made sense. This year, everything seems thrown together, but makes less sense. A lot of it looks good on paper, but then when you get into the way that the story has actually been constructed and told, it starts to break down, especially when you get into the two main events. I feel like
Mhm.
both of those, they've been kind of listless on where they want to go, so they've been doing some shenanigans with it. Um, Now, here's what you could do. If we have Randy winning on night one, that means that Pat McAfee gets to stay. Because if he loses, then Pat McAfee said he'll be out forever or whatever he said. Um,
Mhm.
so if that's going to happen and Pat McAfee is staying around and we know what he's been talking about, um, what if we have some sort of a big reveal and we kind of get into a Team TKO, Team WWE situation here? And we can bring back kind of back to that Attitude Era where you had the McMahon Helmsley regime, you had Vince and Mr. McMahon and that character. We've talked about this before that maybe we could have a Mr. Levesque. Um, I didn't think that Mr. Levesque would be the face authority figure in
Yeah.
this situation, but he would be because if you're going to call out all of the issues that have been happening with your product, that is either incredibly stupid or you better have a good reason for even bringing it up and talking about it. And I think that could be a cool story. I don't know exactly how you pull that off. I don't know who the people involved would be to have that big reveal that there is you know, higher ups at TKO are more involved and they have their people. And then you have Team WWE is, it's LA Knight and it's all these other guys and it's Cody. Um, I think you could sell that story. I think it gets interesting around Survivor Series time because you can get into WWE versus TKO. I think
Mhm.
you can push that story forward, basically a new take on the failed invasion angle after Vince bought WCW. I think
Yeah.
that could be a cool idea. I'm sure they won't do it. I'm sure we're not going to get any big reveal or any big surprise, and we're going to be left wanting more, just like last year. Um, so I'm not excited about that. Uh, I like surprises and I like twists, especially in my professional wrestling. I feel like these are the places where you do that. I don't feel like we've had a very good one in a while. Liv and John Cena, that's fine, but that's just a little tremor. That's not
Oh yeah.
Vince helping Stone Cold win the championship and beat The Rock at WrestleMania and find out that Stone Cold sold his soul to the devil. Um, that's an awesome story. That's an awesome turn. But do I think they'll do that? I don't know, but I hope so.
Well, Brian, only time can tell,
Yep.
and we will be back very soon, guys, with our WrestleMania review,
Oh, it's
and
going to
that
be
will be
interesting.
yeah. And look at
Whew.
us, Brian. We're kind of being a little consistent here. We're on a roll, guys, and
Right.
WrestleMania will do that to us wrestling fans and us here at WWR. So we are excited to give you guys our review. And after that, we're kind of cleared up. So we shall see. Please leave some comments. Please
Yes.
hit the phone line and give us some ideas, y'all. What do you guys want to see? Let us know. Brian, you got that number for us?
Yeah, Will, that number is 1-414-600-7049. You guys can call that number and leave a voice message. You can text that number, and that number will get you in touch with us over here at WWR. It'll get you guys in touch with Realm on Film podcast, and it'll get you to the TRPD Paranormal podcast. So you get the whole Realm family with that number. Speaking of the Realm Paranormal podcast, go over, click that link down below. Go check us out on the paranormal side. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up. As a matter of fact, Lil Yoko signed up for our paranormal course, Will. I'm very
Yeah, he
excited
did.
about that.
Yeah,
That's my guy. I like
yeah,
that.
he's
That's going to be
excited.
a lot of fun. You guys go over to Realm on Film podcast. We have our review of Sinners up, our maiden voyage and the movie review podcast. It's good stuff. We got Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl will be coming up next. If you guys are not over 18 and you still want to get our take on our movie reviews, you can still go to our YouTube channel for Realm on Film. Watch our shorts. We'll have those out for every movie. Where you'll be able to hear each one of the hosts uh, summed up review of each movie we do. So we got something for everybody with the Realm family.
I love to hear that, man. That's all good stuff. And until next time, guys, just remember me, Brian, you all, and Damian Priest will be watching WrestleMania this weekend.
Oh, and Ricochet. You know
Every
that's something to be watching. See you guys. I got the right duds too.
Yeah, you do. Your mania set.
Look at that bad boy. It's 3D. Move. Get out the way. Get out
Ready.
the way.
I'm ready.
I think that's how that song goes.
I think you got it.
I think I got it. Hey, did you see that Goldberg is going to come back for AEW?
Oh no, he is.
I swear I hold on. Hold
Oh,
on a second. I have to make sure because to be fair, days were mixing together and it could have been April 1st and I have no idea. Oh, what match are we talking about? Chelsea Green isn't on this mother show.
oh my gosh,
You
dude!
know what
What?
I thought?
Yeah, that was good.
Cold Steve. Cold Steve Austin.